My name is Vivian Greeno, and I served in the United States Navy for 21 years. My biggest accomplishment didn't occur till after I left, but I lobbied for women to be on board submarines. And now they can go on board submarines. That was a no-no, never, never, never. So that was my big fight. When I was stationed on the USS Yellowstone, the tender, we had to go on board the different ships and work. And I asked the captain of the submarine, I said, why are there no females here? He said, females are more trouble than they're worth, and they will never, ever be on submarines. They let me stay on board because I worked on it, and they do something that's called hot racking. And they said females would not last with hot racking because there's not enough beds, and if you're not working, you're sleeping. It wasn't your bed or your rack like it was on any other ship, where you can go lay down anytime you get ready. This one, if you're not working, you're sleeping. Since then, I pushed for us to be on any vessel so we can be 100% like the guys. Write letters to Congress, a lot of political support, because I'm just an equal opportunity person. And I figure if a man could do it, I could do it too. Not in all things, but most. But I wasn't one of those all-out, equal opportunity females. I just believe that if you were called to do a job, if my job was the same as his, I should have full service treatment like he did. And it took him a while just to have us on carriers, because I was one of the first 6 females on board USS Rushmore, and we were treated really bad. And I was the only female in the medical department where I worked for like 2 years. We were called negative names. A lot of times we were referred to either as bitches or butches. You had to be one or the other, and it was very degrading, very degrading. And I had 4 brothers. I was just not used to that type of treatment, and I just refused to get used to it. It was my desire to get rid of all the negative publicity that the VA gets, that they don't care, they're not there, they don't look out for you, because that's not true. I mean, they've come a long way. At first, when I got out, they wasn't there for me. Then they started doing a big transition with women and helping us get adjusted, because it was all about men. But I had an issue with sexual trauma in the military, and that was really hard to get them to understand that every advance was not wanted. And the women's group that I attend has been a tremendous help, tremendous help. And I like to see more women accept the help, and some of them don't. Some of them shut down, some of them do suicide. I had a friend that killed herself because of the stuff that happened to her. So when I meet, especially young women that, their first time out from under their mother and they just go wild, I would try to tell them, even when I was in the military, just to slow down, take it easy. When they got out and I know they had emotional problems, I would actually try to steer them to a women's group. The VA has been very, very helpful in that regard. You realize that you're not the only woman that went through whatever your issue was. There were other women that suffered trauma, even worse cases than mine. So it's kind of like helping each other, just understanding, just being there for each other. I have a group of 8, and we've been together for 4 years. My desire when I get back to Houston, I want to open up a women's shelter, because there's men's shelters, but single mothers have nowhere to go. If you're not single, they don't have a place for you. And I would like to start women's shelter. Women helping women. It's kind of empowering.